What's up, Fin fans? So today was the first day of voluntary minicamp. Now, I got Brian Flores' press conference before voluntary minicamp. And what voluntary minicamp is they essentially establish the fundamentals and stuff like that. I'll talk about it when I talk about what Brian Flores had to say. But you're getting straight from phone video because I don't want to miss out on all the cool stuff and all the important stuff that Brian Flores had to say. But yeah, today's the first day of voluntary minicamp. It's for 3 days. It's today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Also, tomorrow at 8 p.m., the schedule is going to be released. So I'm going to try my hardest to be live tomorrow at 8 p.m. because that's when the schedule releases. I'll go live for about an hour. We'll pick the winner of the giveaway because I had to literally take over 300 of your guys' names and put them in a randomizer that randomly picks one of you guys. You have no idea how hard it was to take over 300 of your guys' names and put them in this thing. Very difficult. So tomorrow we'll go over the schedule and we'll pick you guys winners. If anything changes and I can't go live tomorrow night, I will be live Thursday night. I will definitely let you guys know tomorrow before 8 p.m. if I can or cannot be live. But as of right now, tomorrow 8 p.m. I'm gonna go live because that's when the schedule goes. We'll be live for about an hour. Like I said, yada, yada, yada. So let's get into some of the things that Brian Flores had to say, and then I'll talk about a few things that Tunsil had to say and Ryan Fitzpatrick had to say, and then, yeah. But yeah, let's jump right into this ish. So first off, Brian Flores was early for his press conference before OTAs. And normally coaches aren't early. Normally they're late. And he had to say, early is on time is late, and late is forgotten. So you already know what type of coach he is. You already know what type of mindset he has, that if you're late, you're in trouble. You're probably going to get a fine. You're probably going to miss play time. He is this very strict coach, very, very strict coach. That's what I got for that. He said the next 3 days are just about fundamental technique and teaching. So again, it's not scheme based. He's not teaching a scheme. He's not teaching the playbook. He's not teaching all that stuff, because for him to do that, he'd have to do it multiple times because they're still not done filling the roster. I think they still need like 30-something spots for the roster. They still have the draft players. So right now it's about fundamentals and training and teaching. You know, he says basic info installation, stuff like that. He talked about the 7 AAF players that the Dolphins signed, and he said they had some success in AAF. They are good players. And he said if they can help the team, they'll make the roster. So again, these AAF players, it's not that they signed them to be starters, and they didn't sign them to become, you know, the starting defensive tackle, the starting defensive end, the starting this. They signed them to come in, be camp bodies, and then try to make the roster. Again, if they make the roster, if all 7 make the roster, fantastic. They're not going to cost any money because they signed them for cheap. So that's what he had to say about the 7 AAF players. They asked him about Grant and Wilson and how they're coming along with you know, their off-season training and their rehab, getting back to 100%. Sorry if you can hear the motorcycle in the background, but I have a light on my corner, a traffic light on my corner. So stupid loud cars and motorcycles tend to like to stop there and rev their engines. So he talked about Grant and Wilson, and he said are working hard to get out there, hopefully to see them soon. So I've seen videos of Grant working, running underwater, doing all that stuff, so I can see him being ready to come soon. I've also seen Wilson working out, running. The last video we saw of him walking into, I think, an event or fundraiser, he had the crutches. I think he's come a long way. I think both of these guys will be ready for training camp, hopefully for OTAs. I think they're coming along. I honestly do. When talking about Ryan Fitzpatrick, he said he's a great leader, smart, hardworking, embodies what we are looking for in the organization. So they are looking for those type of players that he even talks about it that they're looking for players that lead by example. They're not the rah-rah type guys, like the W's can eat. Not that, essentially, like, getting interceptions, making tackles, making throws, making catches, making the blocks, pancaking people, and then showing, like, look, this is what you have to do. Follow my lead and we will win. Those types of players. Great, and leaders, not rah-rah guys that are like, let's go out there, let's win, let's do it, yeah, and then it just sucks. But he'll cheer you up, he'll talk you up, but he can't do anything on the field. Like, lead by examples. He also said that today is a special day. He's excited because he gets to do what he loves. He gets to coach. He gets to be out there on the field, which is awesome that he loves what he does so much. It's awesome that it shows that this is what he wants to do. He's been fighting for, 13 years to be a head coach. Been with the Patriots organization from the bottom, scouting, voluntary scouting, and then he kept jumping from position to position with that organization. Eventually got to call and make a defensive scheme and win a Super Bowl ring, stop the Rams to nothing. Did very well with the Chiefs, did very well against the Chargers in the playoffs, and now he's the head coach. So he says he's very excited. He's been looking forward to this for a very long time. Rashad Jones, it's another thing I'll talk about. You guys probably already know. I've retweeted it, so go follow me on Twitter. Rashad Jones was not at voluntary minicamp. Now, the media is going to blow this up. A bunch of people already blew it up. Armando Salguero already started retweeting what it would cost to cut him or to trade him, and how to save money this year will benefit us next year, and blah, blah, blah. Don't look too far into this, people. The media is going to try to make it seem like the Dolphins are going to try to trade Rashad Jones, and they already started talking about it. Literally after he says what I'm about to tell you he says, they started saying, well, Mika could be full-time safety with T.J. McDonald, and then da-da-da-da. Like, he even told them nothing's happening. I'm talking to him, and the media just starts running with it. Oh, Rashad Jones is not here. Oh, my God. So they're going to trade him. It's going to cost about $12 million in cap, but next year they'll save about this one. No. So listen, Rashad Jones was not at voluntary minicamp today. Brian Flores says he's aware and in constant communication with Rashad Jones. He said he made the decision to train elsewhere. He is rehabbing an injury and surgery that he had. So he is not at, and he even said it's voluntary. And then he said, ton of players don't go to voluntary minicamp and they're still on the team. It's voluntary minicamp. He is a vet. He's been doing this for almost 7 years. Like, he's rehabbing his shoulder. There's no point in looking too far into this. There's no point in listening to the media. Like, just stop. Stop. I don't, when it comes to, especially now, especially this time of the year, I don't believe anything that the media says, especially when it comes to draft picks, and especially when it comes to trades, and so-and-so's looking to trade up. Like, one of the things I read that it looks like it's very possible that the Bengals really want Haskins. So watch out. The Bengals going to draft Haskins and this and that. It all could be smoke screen for someone to try to trade up with the Bengals. Again, don't believe everything you hear until you see it get done. But then they asked him about is there other injury players that aren't, going to be at the OTAs today, minicamp today? Is there any other injured players? And he goes, injury report comes out in September? So he's another type of head coach that's hush-hush. But there's a lot of head coaches that are hush-hush. They don't want you to know anything. They don't want anyone to know anything. Don't be surprised when the season starts that the Dolphins' injury report is going to be very Patriot-esque, where you'll see people on there and then they're playing. Like, it's just, all right, yeah, Tom Brady, he's on the injury report. He's questionable with a banged-up finger. He's going to play. Come on. So expect that. They asked him about Mika Fitzpatrick. We're never going to get an answer about Mika Fitzpatrick. He said he's going to play multiple roles. You're never going to get an answer about Mika Fitzpatrick. It just is what it is until we start to see it, until training camps and OTAs, when we actually see them. Because the practice, Brian Flores' press conference was before the minicamp practice. Minicamp practice for the next 3 days is closed to the media. You can't really watch it, can't really see it. But again, if you follow me on Twitter, I retweeted some images and some stuff on there. So at DouglieDoWrong, go follow me on Twitter, because I could retweet stuff there, but when I go straight from my phone, I can't really edit it in. But yeah, he multiple roles. So we don't know. Still don't know. I think we won't know until after the draft, and if they do decide to draft a safety or a corner, then maybe that'll give you an inkling of which position Meek is going to play. But that also is if they draft a safety or a corner. So we don't know. And the last thing I want to talk about from his press conference, and just from in general, is Xavier Howard was there. Showed up. No ill will, but I honestly think that he's going to get a contract extension come training camp. I honestly do, because you're already starting to see Russell Wilson just got a contract extension. So you're seeing these players get their contract extension. So I could see that happening. And then just after the mini camp happened, a few of the players were talked to. Tunsil was talked to. He said that with the Ryan Tannehill trade, he was like, there's nothing I could do. Well, put me in at quarterback. I'll play quarterback. There's nothing. I just want to win. He said it sucked that Juwan James wasn't there, but again, there's nothing he can do. He kind of let the beans out of the bag when it came to the starting offensive line. So this is who did the first team reps. Again, this is voluntary minicamp. This doesn't mean that this is the starting lineup come week 1, because A, we haven't drafted anybody, and there's still a lot of offensive linemen, especially right tackles out there. But it was Tunsil at left tackle. Then it was, I think it was Chris Reed at left guard, Kilgore at center, Jesse Davis at right guard, and then Zach Stirrup at right tackle. I don't hate Zach Stirrup being at right tackle. Zach Stirrup, if you remember last season, if you were subscribed last season, when the season was going on, I was doing my previews for all the games. I was very upset with Adam Gase that Zach Stirrup was never active. And then whenever Tunsil would go down, or whenever Juwan James would go down, we had to put Jesse Davis, or we had to put another guard in at tackle, when Zach Stirrup is a very capable tackle. So he was at right tackle. And then Ryan Fitzpatrick talked, and everyone's making fun of how big he is and how thick that dude is. And he said he admits he's not he's mid-season, off-season shape. He said that in March there was a lot of birthdays, so a lot of birthday cake. So he admits it, but that's what this whole mini camp, OTAs, and now is. You get to take the time off, relax, eat what you want, do what you want, and then once the season comes around, once training camps comes around, once all that stuff comes around, you burn it off, you get into shape, and you do your thing. And he said when it came to Ryan Fitzpatrick, Mika Fitzpatrick, and who is the Fitz magic, he says there's enough magic to go around to everyone. So I will end that on that happy up note. But talking to these guys, especially Ryan Fitzpatrick, he has this charisma around him that it makes you like him. So you could see why, especially if you saw that press conference when he was with the Bucs, when he wore the chains and stuff, when I think they were 3-0 because of him. Again, a lot of you guys like to think that we signed Ryan Fitzpatrick to tank, but the dude took the Bucs and won 3 games on his own. So if you think we're going to tank, and if you think we're going to win no games because we signed Fitzpatrick, you're dead wrong, because he'll win 4 or 5 games on his own. So, but that's the video. Comment below. Let me know what you think of everything that Brian Flores had to say. Let me know what you think about the fact that Rashad Jones wasn't there today. But again, don't look too far into this. The guy's rehabbing his shoulder. He's probably doing it with his guys. It's voluntary minicamp. Sorry, something popped up. It's voluntary minicamp. So don't look too far into it. But yeah, comment below. Let me know what you think of everything. Let me know what you think of what Tunsil had to say, Fitzpatrick had to say. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to try to go live at 8 o'clock when the schedule comes out. We'll do the picks. We'll do all that stuff. If not, I will make a video real quick letting you know I can't do it tonight. I'll do it Thursday night. But either tomorrow night or Thursday night, I'm going live, and we're going to talk about the schedule, and then we're going to talk about I'm going to pick you guys, whoever wins the giveaway. So other than that, be sure to hit the thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. Cutout Creations, right there up on the wall. Be sure to go check them out. I always put their link in the description below. If you put the code DDW in, you get free shipping on it. That's going to be one of the giveaways. That's going to be the giveaway just without the DDW. But I will see you guys either tomorrow or Thursday live streaming. Hopefully tomorrow. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.